What's up, people? What's up? What's up? Mike, check. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Let me know if you hear me. We here. This Saturday. What's going on? Will Justice, my brother. What's going on? Mr. Keon White. What's going on? How y'all doing? Then we're here to talk about this Jamal Bryant situation. This Target fast. Renee, what's going on? How you doing? This Target boycott. I done learned some things. About this, and Jamal Bryant might be on some bullshit, allegedly. Yeah. Oh, y'all see, y'all welcome in. Hey man, we here to talk about what's going on. I am your host. My mama named me Joseph Ward, but today I am your pastor, Joseph Hezekiah Theodis Ezekiel Ward, and I am here to deliver the word to y'all today. Can I get an amen? All right now? Because we're here to talk about, I guess, Black America's new favorite pastor, I guess, Jamal Bryant, what he got going on. Hey, Nemesis, man, you already know what it is. You know what it is. So, hey, Dion, it's all right. It's all right that you're missing some lives, bro. I know life happens, and as long as you're here. And you asked, in the future, would it be possible for some call-ins? So, I have thought about some call-ins. So, I am flirting with the idea. I'm a little skeptical about call-ins because I know I've seen some people's channels, get wrecked from call-ins and stuff. So I'm thinking about it. But some I have been flirting with, and I will let you know the progress on that. But that is something I have been thinking about. So please come on in. Welcome to On the Shows of Giants. If this is your first time, welcome. I am Joseph Ward. Of course, as I said today, I am your pastor. You can call me Joseph Hezekiah Theodis Ezekiel. Any one of them names you can hit me up with today. All right. So talking about this Target. Well, let me say this. I learned that it's two different things going on. There's an overall Target boycott that started with the grassroots. And then there's the Pastor Jamal Bryant supposed 40-day Target fast that turned into a year-long fast that he just ended. But in ending that, the rhetoric is more of the ending of the boycott, I believe. Now, I have a couple things that we're going to look at today. I have Jamal Bryant talking about the boycott on the Breakfast Club in the past. I have a discussion from the Joe Budden podcast that gives a lot of context to that as well. I have one video from the Crank Lucas YouTube channel that gives a lot more context as to what's going on. And this Roland Martin interview, where he's interviewing the co-founder of the Target boycott, because the internet is on Jamal Bryant's ass about the ending of this boycott. But I want to make sure that we got our language together, that we're using the proper language and we're listening to what's being said, because I need to, when we play it, we're going to go back and get more verified. But did he say he was ending the boycott or the fast? But either way, it's still disrupting everything. And what were the actual outcomes? What were the tangible outcomes that comes from this boycott that happened with Target? Because they're talking about the hits that Target took, but did Target truly take hits? And will the Black community truly benefit from this supposed boycott, supposed fast from Target? What will be the actual outcomes for the Black community? So these are things that we getting into today. He said, let people that start the boycott, give them the business. I mean, but see, that's the thing. What is Jamal Bryant's true role in this? Did it change from what it was in the beginning? Did he have thoughts of co-opting this? Because basically a lot of people are saying he co-opted this movement and then made it into what he wanted it to be. And here we are now. And they believe that he is personally benefiting from this Target boycott. Of course, I don't have the evidence to prove that he is personally benefiting from this, but things are kind of leaning that way. So Jamal is no leader, just some self-appointed pimp. I'm sure Target probably pay him. Hey, J Mars. Hey. I ain't saying you're lying. I ain't saying you're lying, but I want to get into this good. So, and I want to utilize all this time that we have. So let me go ahead and run my commercial. I'm gonna go ahead and get my commercial out the way, and then take care of some housekeeping, and then we're gonna jump deep into this. So check this out. And please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and share. So I told y'all I was gonna get my merch shop up and running. So I've got it. So I want to show y'all my merch shop. So this is it. So I got some hats. So I got my own The Shoulders of Giants hats available for order. I have shirts. This supposed to be like a canvas, some kind of shirt, jersey shirt. I don't know why they got that design, but it's a jersey shirt. Somebody wanted. They got hoodies, regular shirts, heavy, what they call it, the heavy tee, tees for men's, unisex tees for women, everything. I got a mug. I gotta get this mug too. But this is the merch that I have available. See, I got my mug, I have my hats, and I have my apparel available. And all of that is, the links and stuff are below and connected to the video. So I got my merch shop up and running, been working on that for a minute in the background to get my merch shop up and running. So I got it up and running. So if you want to support the channel and get you some merch, it's all available, links below and links attached to the video. Black community, what we gonna do? These so-called leaders, these people that we keep following and putting in these positions and all these things here, you know, what we gonna do about this? What we gonna do? But also, let's make sure we support some things that's actually happening. So some people who are actually making some real impact in the community. So remember, I have the fundraiser going on for the Black Biz Tally. And hold on, let me share my screen real quick. If you go to my channel page, you see this video right here, the truth about supporting Black-owned businesses. You see it's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser to raise $5,000 to help Black Biz Tally support the Black vendors and the Black business owners that are within the marketplace. I actually went to the marketplace and shopped today. I brought a whole bunch of stuff today from the marketplace today. So you can go. The marketplace can be supported in person and online, but it's Black people supporting Black people for real in real life, not no scamming stuff, but things that are actually happening. Like I said, I actually I should have filmed myself in the marketplace, but I was on the phone. But I'm gonna do that next time. But yeah, please support the fundraiser so we can help Black business owners expand their businesses and be better at what they do. So, yep. Well, you know, people be followers all the time, man. So. I don't know why our community full of followers, but our community is full of followers, especially for these so-called spiritual leaders. So the question though is, did the Target boycott actually work? Like, did it actually work? Or did we just witness another movement where Black outrage was powerful, but ultimately temporary? And I think we know the answer to that. I think we just answered that question, right? So for over the last year, Black America was told to pull its money out of Target. Pastor Jamal Bryant called for what he framed as a spiritual and economic protest, or a fast from Target, you know, and people responded, hundreds of thousands of people, churches, activists, and everyday consumers. But at the same time, remember, he didn't start this. That was later. What preceded that was the actual boycott. That was a grassroots effort. So we thought we saw something powerful, right? Black people moving their money with intention, and a lot of Black people didn't really take their money out of Target, but Target did take some kind of economic hit. But remember, the whole market and the whole retail industry at that time was taking the hit as well. So all of a sudden, the boycott is over, and it's declared that we got what we needed, or Jamal Bryant said that he got what he needed. I saw something. He had 4 things that he was trying to get from Target. What was that? He's supposed to support HBCUs, reinstate DEI. What was I just saw it earlier? It was to support HBCUs, support the DEI efforts. What was else? It was like 4 things that he was looking for to try to get out of that. And from my understanding, on one interview, he was saying that he got 3 of the 4, and then another one saying he got 2 of the 4 things. So the HBCU initiative and the rolling back on the DEI. What was it? It was something else. It was 2 other things. I can't remember the other 2 things, but it was a real controversy around where all those things really grasped, where all those things really achieved and things. So that's what we here now, to kind of learn more about what was going on with this, and then put 2 and 2 together and see where we are with this. So I'm starting with this Breakfast Club interview, and of course, you know how Breakfast Club do. You know, you can't really do the video, so I got the audio, so it's going to look like this. But this is Pastor Jamal Bryant on the Breakfast Club talking about the Target fast, and this is a couple months ago, and then we're gonna bring you up to speed. So listen to this. Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. I'm struggle streaming. Hold on. Why didn't you show it? All right. All right, here we go.
What's up with the Target boycott? Any
Man, I'm so glad you asked. Let me first say, a year ago I came here, you wasn't here.
Yeah, I know.
You wasn't here.
I was at
Yes.
the Lord's house.
A year ago.
Shut up!
You just started. Now you got some church members that
Yes.
you don't even
Oh, yeah.
but they don't.
Oh yeah, she come for communion.
That's right.
I got Friends and Family Day.
Yeah.
I got it. So let me first thank you, because when we first started, the Breakfast Club brought us on and was our biggest platform to announce it. So let me thank the family because of the Black community coming together. Target has lost $12 billion because the community came together. Their stock dropped from $145 a share to $93 a share. I want to thank the community because foot traffic has gone down by 9.3%, and online spending has dropped at that same number. So I want to first thank you, because this is the largest boycott for Black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. And it wouldn't have happened without the Breakfast Club partner with us. I'm excited because Target has a new CEO that started just recently. And so we're in active conversations to try to come to a resolve. I'm excited about his leadership, that he wants it resolved and wants to know how he can partner better with the community. So not too soon, I'm going to be coming back to you to tell you where it is that we are. But I think it won't be long before we're able to come to a close.
Do you have a resolution plan in mind? Like, do you know what you're after?
Oh yeah, I'm after those same 4 things I told you about. Is that they got to partner with some HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to give an account to investing $2 billion back into the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to reimagine, if DEI is now illegal, how do minorities have access to get to C-suites in the company? And 4 is to make good to what they said to George Floyd's family.
It's amazing to me that all of these corporations want to shun DEI initiatives, but
There you go, Diane.
the only thing moving. Diversity is what's cool. Diversity is what got people showing up. Bad Bunny had 135 million people watching.
Yes.
That other thing they did.
That Donald Trump watch.
Didn't even add.
I gotta add that.
Right.
That Donald Trump watch.
He said he wasn't going to watch it.
That's right.
They 30 points to anything.
Listen, that the Kansas just dropped that they pre-taped 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. Right. It was only 200 people in there, and they paid them $200 a piece in order to be there.
Right. And fake the box.
There we are. Yes, all of that. Thank you.
Ha! YouTube, I know.
So that was Jamal Bryant a couple months ago on the Breakfast Club, talking about coming to a resolution with Target. And once again, four things that he talked about, I found that the four things they were talking about, it was going after his, he said, honoring what they said about George Floyd family, investing the $2 billion within the Black community, the HBCU partnerships, and then the reimagining DEI to have Black people in the C-suites within these corporations, I guess within the Target Corporation and all those things there. So the question is, if the boycott or if the fast is over, and because Jamal Bryant is saying some of those things were reached, some of those things were gained. So is there any evidence of this actually happening the way they're saying it's happening? So that's what we're trying to figure out, because it's over, but you got a whole lot of people who are mad at him, especially the people who were the ones who had created this, because they're saying, well, this is not ending. We're not ending this boycott with Target. We're not done with Target. There are no real tangibles. So why are we at this space where we're talking about we have reached this crossroad? Where who are you to say that we've reached this crossroad? Who put you in a position to be the one to negotiate on behalf of the people? So that's what we're trying to figure out with what's going on with Jamal Bryant. It says he should attempted to co-opt the movement, and he had a part in starting. And he had no part in starting. Right. He was a Johnny come lately, but he became the face of the movement. He became the face of the movement so much that even myself, I thought, well, actually, I forgot that he didn't start the boycott. I forgot he didn't start the boycott. That's how much he became the face of it. Where did he get the information from? You mean Jamal Bryant, where he get the information from? It seemed like from where it's set up that he was in communication with Target. Be Nice, what's going on, man? What up, though? How you doing, my brother? So it seems like he's been in talks with Target. That's what they're saying. So what it said, so the Target fast was supposed to be a 40-day fast that started in early 2025. And the specific 40-day Target fast was started by Jamal Bryant, right? So that wasn't the actual boycott. So what I have right here. So who actually started the boycott? The earliest push came out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where Target is headquartered. Right, that's the thing. How is he benefiting? So according to my notes, and we're going to find out more, I think more names may be added to this, but it say Nikima Levy Armstrong, a civil rights lawyer, a longtime activist, and Jelani Hussein is an executive director of CARE Minnesota. These activists were already organizing pressure campaigns after Target rolled back DEI policies in January of 2025. Local outrage tied to labor, policing, and community issues. According to reporting, the boycott was launched out of Minnesota in late January 2025 before Bryant's involvement. No, Jamal, Black people are not under other stupidness. You don't end it. You don't seek to co-opt Target. You don't rely on their institutions and businesses. You build your own, but you know that's Jamal Bryant though, man. No, they pushing our people more so further into dependency instead of independence. So they're saying Tamika Mallory, Nina Turner, and Leslie Redmond, they helped spread the cause nationally, frame it around Black economic justice and connect it to broader Black consumer power movements. One report notes the movement spread when activist networks began sharing the information widely. And then came Jamal Bryant with his 40-day fast. So he didn't start it, but he did rebrand it. He did rebrand this boycott into the 40-day Target fast by mobilizing Black churches, faith networks, and all the people within those networks. So you got two different movements going on at one time. You got the Jamal Bryant target fast, and you got the grassroots boycott. So the boycott was decentralized. It was activist led. It had more radical demands, and it's still ongoing. They're saying this is not done. So the Bryant target fast is, I guess, structured under him, church led. It had a timeline because it was supposed to be a 40-day fast, and it became the media narrative. It became the spectacle. It became the spotlight of it. He became the face of it. Some original organizers have openly said they refuse to be erased or co-opted. Yeah, he is a psyop. He's a co-opt. Bryant's leadership overshadowed grassroots origins. So yeah, Jamal Bryant out here on this bullshit. So let me play this clip from the Crank Lucas YouTube channel, giving a little more insight on what's going on with this. And Jamal Bryant is talking a lot more.
What did you get from Target? Pastor Jamal Bryant started his Target Fast movement around Lent last year. This week, he announced this.
The immediate Target Fast has come to an end.
But leaders of a boycott effort that started in Minneapolis, where Target is headquartered, say Pastor Bryant does not speak for them. Why did you end your effort?
Initially, the fast was just supposed to be 40 days. It has gone a year. With the previous CEO, we weren't able to make any headway or push forward. With the new one, we were able to begin talks. I was very, I thought clear, I was not, that the fast was coming to an end, but the boycott is continuing.
You got Target to fulfill 3 of your 4 demands.
Yes.
One of them was that Target should reinstate all programs promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion.
A reimagining of DEI.
What does that mean?
Is under this administration, diversity, equity, inclusion is illegal. They changed it to belonging.
So if it
Now remember who were the greatest benefactors of DEI. Remember that. The greatest benefactors of DEI were not black people. Definitely not black men, but when not black people, it was white women. Remember that.
It's illegal and all the other companies had to roll back DEI. Why specifically was Target being targeted when this was like a nationwide thing that was going on? That was always my question with the boycott.
Target announced their belonging policy January 24th, 2025, a month before you launched the fast. So how is this belonging policy dissatisfactory in March of 2025 enough so that you launch a fast, but satisfactory enough in March of 2026 to end it?
A lot has happened in this last year from when I first came to announce it. 13% of their board is African Americans. They have a pipeline to take those from entry level to C-suites. But those who have driven extra miles to go past Target, those who have logged off from online spending, those who have cut up their Target credit cards, says it's much bigger than that one issue.
That policy was in place before you launched your fast.
Yes.
So if it wasn't good enough then, how is that same policy good enough now?
Yeah, what I am saying to you, it is not good enough, is that they want larger numbers, they want a larger incubator, they want a larger footprint.
So you acknowledge now that since the video, since calling off the fast, that that is not something that you can check off as a win?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you've got 2 of the 4.
Yes.
Okay. What did you get from Target?
Yes. Absolutely nothing.
Same policy, good enough now?
Yeah, what I am saying to you, it is not good enough.
Right.
Is that they want larger numbers, they want a larger incubator, they want a larger footprint.
So you acknowledge now that since the video, since calling off the fast, that that is not something that you can check off as a win?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you've got 2 of the 4.
Yes.
Okay.
See,
what did you get from Target?
At first he said he got 3 of the 4 things. Now he's saying he got 2 of the 4 things. And this was the interview I was looking for. I'm glad Crank Lucas. Yeah, he is laughing at him. Right. I mean, yeah, we all laughing at him. He laughed because he got caught. And you're right, Nemesis. A lot has happened in Jamal Bryant's pockets. And I like the questioning that this dude has toward him, because a lot is getting exposed in this.
Yes, absolutely nothing. And
He got his wife's dress. That's why he called it off, because that's where his wife's dress came from that everybody was upset about.
I am proud of that we've got clean hands in it.
You know why he said that, but once again, not to keep stopping, but if whatever the policy they had wasn't, because he's stating that it isn't good enough now, but they still good enough for them to come to a resolution though. So that makes everybody think that, hey man, what are you directly getting from this, Jamal? What is actually going on with you behind the scenes that you're not talking about? Of course, we don't have actual proof, but a lot of things ain't lining up right, and we ain't done.
That none of my colleagues received anything. My church didn't receive anything. None of my associates received anything.
Go in or stay out, but I'm grateful unto God. It's open.
You going in or you staying out?
I'm staying out with the people. The overwhelming majority of what it is that we're hearing is that it doesn't matter, that they don't plan on going back. And so I think we've got to recalibrate what is the tactic and what is the end goal.
Now, we hear him speaking about how the Target boycott is over, okay? And there's a little bit more of this interview. Next, we're going to hear...
My biggest problem with Jamal Bryant is that he centers himself in everything. I thought Jamal Bryant started the Target boycott. I thought he did it with Nina Turner and Tamika Mallory. It was that the women came together, they brought him on to bring the church and, to make it more widespread and national and to have a bigger movement. He does this video where he claims that Target has met their 3 out of the 4 demands and he declares it over. How do you declare something over? You make yourself the face of it. You declare it over and you didn't start it. And the headlines are extremely confusing. You have people asking the very question that you started this off with. Are we boycotting it? Are we not? You have Nina Turner and Tamika Mallory saying, no, they have not met the demand and they're still boycotting it. While Jamal Bryant standing in front of a Target sign is telling you it's over. You didn't start it.
Well, I mean, come on, man. Let's put 2 and 2 together. Well, first of all, I know the women kicking themselves in the ass for bringing him on and making him a part of it now because of what he's done. But we're not done. Why would it be over? Why would you say demands are met? And then he's saying he's staying outside with the people. He's not going to go shop at Target, but demands were met. You got a new CEO. Y'all negotiating all these things. Why go this far? Why continue to do all these things behind the scenes with Target, as you stated that he stated that he was doing? Why continue to do all that if you plan on staying outside with the people? Oh, because you already got your money. And see, that's the thing. We don't know if he broke bread with nobody, but we're gonna find out. I'm sure we're gonna find out. Hey man, that BS meter is on 100 million. Because what was, they wanted Target to honor their promises to what they were saying they was gonna do to black people, and then the DEI thing happened and Target backed out on the DEI and all that stuff there. And then Jamal Bryant jumped in. Now, I don't shop at Target anyway, so it don't matter to me. Target wasn't getting my money anyway. But for those who did shop at Target, yeah. But how often have I talked about these scammers on here? But it just exposing the nature, well, not our nature, but our behavior. It's exposing our desperation for somebody to lead us out of this wilderness. We'll follow anybody. We'll follow anybody that make us feel good. These people know how to placate on our feelings. When are we going to wake up and realize that a lot of these people playing with us? They know they can play with us. They know they can jump in your feelings. They can tell you this about the white man and that about the white man and this and this and that, and you get mad and do all that. Look, I know he said this is the largest boycott since the Montgomery boycott. Clearly, we didn't learn nothing from that Montgomery boycott. What was built for black people within this last year to help us be able to build what we got within this retail industry or within any industry. How was Target truly hurt? How did we truly benefit? Oh yeah, that's right. We as in Jamal Pockets.
It started in Minneapolis. You should have said you're removing yourself from it and it's over for you. But now that you've come out and you've held this press conference and now these headlines, it's causing harm to what the original people who started it a month before you got involved, a Black woman.
And the thing about that is you have to be careful about combining efforts from different people, especially when you're involving pastors, activists, you know, people in the political scope of things to get involved in something that you're putting together, because they're going to utilize that for their own gain, for their own benefit. Now, that's not to say, I don't even think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that if Jamal Bryant comes out and says, okay, y'all are doing a Target boycott, we're going to do the Target fast, because that's more in alignment with church and religion and where he's actually coming from in this whole scenario. So I totally get that. And I agree with Rachel Lindsay here, who says you should have just said the fast is over. If you want to continue to boycott, you can, but
that's why I wanted us to pay attention to the language that was spoken as well. Was he specifically saying that the boycott was over, or was he saying that the fast is over? And so we can see the language that's being used is the boycott is over. And he's not separated the fast from the boycott. So that's another thing that have people all up in arms. Is they're saying you are not the leader of the boycott, but you made yourself the leader of the boycott. You like osmosis your way on in there. And then now it's over. But you're not happy with what they got going on, but it's over. Yep. He became a lot more popular, a lot more famous, and I guarantee you a lot richer.
I'm stepping away from it because I feel like what I wanted to get fulfilled from it had been fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Perfectly. That's beneficial to my platform. Let's continue.
You're taking away from the work that they're doing, and they're not saying it's over. And the further you research into it, they have not met the demands. They have not apologized publicly. This new CEO has not committed to bringing back the DEI initiatives and programs that existed before. They've merely renamed it with something else and said they'll look into the research of it. All they've done is committed to paying out the money that they already promised they would do prior to this boycott even starting. So what is Jamal Bryant talking about other than trying to establish himself as the beginning and the end of this boycott? I'm not saying that he did not bring this to a bigger audience and gather and corral people to boycott Target. I'm not saying that wasn't good and that he was not beneficial to that. The problem is he's taking credit for something that he didn't start, and he's ending it when Target has not.
You can't have it one way. You only like Marlo Stanfield.
Well, it's one, but what's the purpose of the boycott? What was the overall purpose of the boycott? And how does Black America have tangible outcomes from that at the end of the boycott, at the end of said boycott? But me, Pat, and PC have been saying this for a long time. What's going on, Jay Quick? You ought to know Pastor Pimpin' in here. That's why I got my pastor name. Today I am Pastor Joseph Hezekiah Theodis Ezekiel Ward, and I'm here to tell the truth. Amen. All right, so make sure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come to my church every Saturday and Tuesday. It's the realest church you ever be in. Hezekiah Theodis Ezekiel Ward. Amen. But tangibles. Don't boycott white organizations, white institutions. Just don't go back. Don't even boycott. Just don't go back no more, and redirect your money into the black community. Oh man, that's right. That's too much like right. Us actually directing our money back into our community is too much like right. That's too much like right. Don't go back to these places. Don't boycott. Boycotting ain't good enough. Don't go back. But what we need these weeks, right? But you the one talking about you don't like it. You the one talking about boycotting. What are we doing? Redirect that money back into the community. And Jamal, is whatever the resolution now, whatever come out of that, is that redirected back into the community? So let me see what you say. You said the madness from the legal tactical understanding is we need to take the black framework, but fast on the diet of legal research of class action, active dollar hit to drain revenue and survivability of the company. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I don't disagree. I ain't mad at it. Because it got something, right? Something.
Say you want it to be one way, but it's the other way. If I'm saying, hey y'all, I'm doing this along with these other people, cool, beautiful.
The very last thing I ever want to do is be a proponent of division or divisiveness.
You lying.
I want us to be together as
you
one.
divided the whole half Christianity when your wife came out in that dress that you bought from Target.
This week, I failed at doing that. When it is that I called for the end of the Target fast.
See, now he's in the
Most
fast.
in our community and culture were disappointed, angry, frustrated, and bewildered. I was reading from a different sheet of music. I made assumptions that were not true. And I wanted to apologize to you for being a leader that was out of touch with what it is that the community wanted.
Hey, that was smooth. He said I was reading from a different sheet of music. That was a bar right there. I got, hey, he slick. He said, I
were demanding. I have not been compensated by Target. None of my colleagues or comrades have received a dime from Target.
He lying.
The church that I pastor has not received anything.
Have you been marshaling?
Now, so I'm gonna stop this video right there because we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. What you just saw, the young lady on the screen. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I got this from this audio from the Joe Budden podcast as well that I want to make sure that we listen to. Let me get that together. But yeah, man, like, why people have to start asking more questions and being smarter about what they're doing and looking at total outcomes and all these things here, because when you got somebody like Jamal Bryant and you bring him in and you expect him to do good, I mean, you got to look at the history of this man, though. You do got to look at the history of this man. This man does have things in his background that are not the best, and he hasn't really showed he can be a leader without these issues. And then here we go with this, and then he comes with the apology. I mean, well, you got to understand why people are mad. You know you placed yourself in that position. Nobody made you go negotiate with Target on behalf of the community. Hold on.
Wait, do you know it? Who's that, your man? Or Jamal?
Let me do it.
Yeah, hey, Mark.
First of all, Jamal Bryant,
What did he do?
Hold on.
Jamal Bryant, black ass had the nerve to act like he's the deciding factor whether to go back to Target or not.
This thing.
And he made it now.
Okay, I don't know why it ain't coming up for me, but I'm trying to get to my Breakfast Club. I'm trying to pull it up. My computer running slow. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. See, this is why I need drinks and ice cubes for this type of Hey man, our community, man. our community be tripping, man, sometimes. And we don't know why. We don't know why. Who fasts from disrespect? Leave it alone. He's taking a timeout. I guess we talk. Hey, but that's what I'm saying. For me, that's the downside, or the thing that comes with the boycott that really don't make sense is eventually you're gonna go back. Eventually, let me see. Let me Google this. Did Target rebound financially from the 2025 boycott? Let me see. Let me Google and see. So Forbes, so this is an article from Forbes. It said Target withstood DEI boycotts to show signs of reputation recovery. In a year marked by a record number of consumer boycotts. Come on. Get all this advertisement out my face. In a year marked by a record number of consumer boycotts, Target has emerged as the undisputed leader in consumer outrage and activism. It all started in late January when Target rolled back its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. It announced that its 3-year DEI goals had been achieved, and it was shifting focus to the belonging at the bullseye strategy to achieve community engagement and business results. The belonging strategy backfired big time. Before the brouhaha began, Target drove a 1.5 net sales increase in the fourth quarter last year, even as fiscal 2024 came in with a 0.8 decline. After that, Target sales went into a nosedive with revenues down 1.7% through the third quarter to 74.3 billion in net offerings of 11% to 3 billion. The stock price was dropped around 30% this year. Yet there were signs of anti-Target sentiment. Yet there are signs that Target's anti-sentiment is beginning to burn out, and customers are reconsidering engaging with Target once again based upon corporate reputation. What the data tells me is Target is going through a rebound and recovery mode in terms of its reputation. Shared Stephen Hahn, Rep Talk's chief reputation and strategy officer, based on data collected in the company's Compass continuous reputation monitoring service. We're starting to see the twinkle of the new Target emerge in its reputation, which tracks in line with the people's intent to purchase. It is literally winning over and winning back one customer at a time, he said. So, they did have some outcomes, well, some downfalls, but say they're going to bounce back. So there's no question that Target bungled its announcement about concluding its DEI program and realigning its super diversity team. It started strategies at the outset looked good, and on paper specifically it stated our team, we recruit and retain team members who represent the communities we serve and fuel a culture where everyone has access to opportunity and growth, enabling our team to deliver business results. Our guests, we aim to create joyful experiences through an assortment of products and services that help all guests feel seen and celebrated, increasing relevance with customers, our communities. We help build deep and lasting relationships with the communities we serve, driving impact, economic vitality, and connection that fuels loyalty. So I don't know how any of that will be able to help the Black community and everything, but according to Forbes, Target is looking to rebound from what it lost in the boycott. So let's listen to this little piece from the Joe Budden podcast about this Target boycott. And of course, just like Breakfast Club, you can't really show the pictures and stuff, so we just got the audio.
Jamal Bryant. Oh, Black women are on your ass, Jamal Bryant. And this is the topic I'm headed right to Mark. You in trouble now. You in trouble now, Jamal Bryant. What happened, Mark? Wait, do you know him? Of course, that's your man. I know Jamal.
Let me do it.
Yeah, out of here, Mark.
First of all, Jamal Bryant. What
did he do? Well, let's
And he made an announcement and said it was over with because Target invested some money or gave up some money.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he claimed.
So it's been over a year and a half now that the Target boycott has happened. He wasn't the first person to announce the boycott. He wasn't the person who organized the boycott. That's the important thing.
Let me know if you want me to play him at any point.
Actually, play his audio first, then I'll give it the context. I got it right here.
And it's nasty because he in front of Target doing
It's been a year and I'm grateful. I didn't think we could do it, but we did. History has just been made.
Oh, he did a lot of
There's been powerful Catholic black people said, no, I'm done with this boycott 70 years ago. We asked for 4 things, and I'm grateful to God that we've got 3 of them. They have invested $2 billion back into the black community.
How?
They pledged after the death of George Floyd.
But I'm saying, how was that money reinvested back into the black community? Because I'm Googling right now. And if any of y'all find that out, please let me know. But I'm Googling right now to see how that money was invested back into the black community and what like real outcomes that Black America got from this, other than, just not going to Target. But we still put our money other places that wasn't with us. So how did that really spur economic vitality within the black community, other than just saying, hey, Target, we mad and we're not gonna give y'all our money no more for right now until we forget that we mad. Yeah, the Breakfast Club about that bullshit too, man. You already know it.
On top of the $2 billion, an additional $100 million to immediate organizations that are meeting the needs within our community.
What does that mean?
We asked them to partner with HBCUs. They found, and we have found collectively, one that will do our pilot program with 12 other HBCUs to follow. Number 3, a reimagining of DEI. It's been a rough year for our community. 300,000 black women have lost their jobs, and this is the highest unemployment for our people in years. The only thing that we didn't get accomplished, but we're still working towards, is an investment into black banks. And I'm believing by grace, it's gonna get done. This new CEO has come handling business.
Oh, shit.
I'm glad to walk with you.
What?
This immediate target fast has come to an end. We claim victory, we're grateful. Go in or stay out. But I'm grateful unto God. It's over.
So he did mean to cause division. He said he didn't mean to cause division. He did mean to cause division. Jamal Bryant did mean to make himself the leader of this. He did mean to center himself. He did make this thing all about him and Target. It wasn't until people had pushed back till he came back. Well, I didn't mean to do this. And yes, you did. You aligned yourself with first of all, the grassroots people. Once again, the grassroots people messed up when they brought him in. They brought him in. He amplified the voice of it, but then he started negotiating with Target, unbeknownst to the people who actually started the boycott. That's how we get to where we at today. Greed from the pastor. Deceitfulness from the pastor. Lies from the pastor. Backhandedness from the pastor. See, they making our pastor community look good. So we don't do that at my church. At my church, we lie to you up front at my church. Like, that's part of the tenant. We gonna tell you, that's part of our church is to lie to you. So if you choose to come to my church, you crazy as hell. Because we're gonna lie to you up front. That's why, look at my name. My name is a lie. But that's how they're making it seem like we don't know who to trust no more. We don't know who to support. And the problem with that is the people who really need the support ain't getting the support they need because the community is now skeptical. Everybody's skeptical. Everybody's on edge. Nobody wants to get got no more. But once again, the problem with that is the people who are actually doing the real work. They're historically overlooked, but they even more overlooked now. they're going to get less and less resources. They're going to get less and less support because so many people will be on edge and walking on eggshells and hoping that they don't get scammed. But one of the things I would say is look at people's actual tangible outcomes. Look at what they're actually doing. If they're actually doing something that's actually helping the community, you're supposed to help those people. You don't supposed to just help somebody because they're charismatic. Don't just supposed to help somebody because they're popular or because they got that voice, all those things there. What are they actually doing? How is it actually turning out for the people?
And in fact, thank you for that. Nikima Levy Armstrong, Jelani Hussein, and Monique Colors Dottie were the local activists who started this, and they did not call for it. And what she said was, Jelani said, "Don't be fooled. The Target boycott continues. It continues because the demand has yet to be met. At the end of January 2025, we called for a nationwide boycott of Target. Jamal Bryant's 40-day fast began in March, and it was limited to 40 days. So how did 40 days turn to him being seen as the leader of the nationwide Target boycott? And so that's the important thing. And remember, this is a Minnesota-based thing. The national campaign started February 1st, and because Minnesota was ground zero, and this all started around George Floyd stuff, or at least the aftermath of the George Floyd stuff, it was an important movement, an important political strategy. A lot of people feel, and you see him get dragged on the internet, that this was him co-opting the movement, taking over something that he didn't start. That's what it sounds like. And if you believe that, then it's also easy to believe that Target incentivized him to do that.
Right.
That's the only
Right.
plan we list all the numbers. We got $2 billion. And I represent the fact that you keep putting God into your sentences by the grace of God or with God's help. It's like, don't do that. This is some shit that doesn't have anything to do with religion. And us sticking together is important. If women forever, it's always some shit where black women champion something, black women get it done, then some man try to come on and act like, no, we're not doing that. That's corny.
Well, to be fair, they brought him in. So I found this from Business Insider because according to my notes, short term, there was a decline in sales and foot traffic in Target in 2025, even rolling into 2026. But according to Business Insider, Target's stock rebounded in 2026, and it's up 20%. So it says the organizers of the nationwide boycott against Target declared victory Wednesday after they said the company is largely satisfying the demands that were laid out a year ago. Pastor Jamal Bryant and community leaders, and see, everybody's branding him as the leader. Pastor Jamal Bryant and community leaders said at a press conference that their protest of the bullseye retailers' DEI policies is over after a series of conversations with Target representatives, including new CEO Michael Fiddlecke, whatever his name is. We were effectively today closing this chapter because we have other fights that we have to go see, Bryant said. Stay tuned for the next fight, but this fight has now reached its conclusion, according to Bryant. Bryant said the Target Fast pledge garnered more than 300,000 signatures from people across the U.S. The company said last year that the reaction to its DEI changes dragged on first quarter sales. The bullseye retailer welcomed the conclusion of the Target Fast, saying it's more committed than ever to supporting growth and opportunity for all people it serves. Of course, Target is. We're pleased to be moving forward, and we will continue showing up as trusted neighbors while delivering results for our team members, guests, and more than 2,000 communities in which we serve, a spokesperson for Target said. The end of the action marks a cultural win for Target. A week after it unveiled an ambitious turnaround strategy to re-engage shoppers and win them back. So far in 2026, the company's share price is up more than 20% after a down year in 2025, marked by falling foot traffic and net sales. The S&P 500 is roughly flat year to date by comparison. So it was a temporary hit, but it wasn't a long-term hit, and it won't necessarily be hurting Target the same in the future moving forward, especially if we continue with this, with what's going on, especially with the involvement of Jamal Bryant. So if the grassroots effort continues, you will have maybe some movement, but I don't know how strong that would be. So thank you, Jamal Bryant. But also ladies, when you all brought him in, when you brought him in, you got to know who you dealing with. Because yes, he co-opted, but you practically handed the movement to him as well. Hey, Jamal Bryant, go be the spokesperson and go spread this. And he put his face on it. And here we are.
Nobody give a fuck about that little video you made for the Target. Nigga, not on there. It's not on the Target. Nigga, where we gonna stick with the Target and not put it on our Instagrams.
Was he part of the initial movement? No, but that's the thing. He started a 40, what do you call it, 40-day fast from Target. Okay. And we're past taking a knee. And it just they don't get your ass. You don't get the call. You don't get the call. Especially not before I ask for these tickets. I'm going, hey, whatever is happening in April. I think he took a check. I have no idea.
Man, that man took a check.
It looks, just looking at it, like he made some concessions that he didn't have the power to make. Yeah.
He did. Ain't no looks, like he did. That's exactly what he did. And we can strongly conclude or strongly speculate that he took something. He got some. Jamal Bryant didn't just end the fast just to end the fast. Why would he do that? Especially if he's expressing that interview that they're not satisfied with all the content and everything that Target is presenting them. You're not satisfied with it, but you're going to end the fast because 2 of the 4 demands were met. So the reimagining of DEI and the funding of the HBCUs. What does that mean? What is the reimagining DEI? Because you're like, we want 13% of your company, of the C-suite of your company, to be black. DEI elevated white women. Black women were the face of DEI. Black men were nowhere in that. DEI wasn't something that was beneficial to Black America. Very few Black women benefited from it, and even fewer Black men benefited from it. Greatest benefactors were white women. So I'm not sure what this DEI stuff is why they pushing so hard for DEI and all these things, and they're supposed to be so educated about DEI. And they look at statistics and numbers and all these things here. I mean, you're right, Battle Ganja. People like, we just like to feel good. Black folk just like to feel good. That's why we are continuously in these situations. Think about where we would be if we would have listened to and employed the tactics and the information that our ancestors actually gave us, and not just think one person had the answer, but try everything and see what worked. But that comes with actual work. We just want white people to just wake up one day and say racism is over and we like y'all and everything is good and we all feel good. That don't work like that. That's not how the world works.
But then I can say for sure, you can't stop a movement that you didn't start. You can't stand in front of leadership, and you also can't. And even if you did start it, which you didn't, you can't decide for the people. Like that's the problem when you have leadership that decides for the people. They represent us, and the people didn't say. Now I get there's no black people meeting where we all say let's go back, but there's not even a consensus. It's not like there was a big claim like we gotta get back into Target. So I don't know what made it happen now. There was a major harm that the DEI retreat caused black people. The activists are saying until Target addresses that harm, we're not going on. Not good.
Period.
Right.
And that makes all the sense in the world. Target, if you need.
Yeah, but they should have told him to sit his ass down a long time ago. Jamal Bryant made himself the face of this movement from the beginning. That should have been backtracked. Y'all should have sat him down a long time ago. In January 2025, or whenever he came upon it, as soon as he became involved, he was the face. They should have sat him down a long time ago. But they have to take into account they wanted him. They needed him. They wanted him to use his notoriety to get as many people involved as possible. So trying to spread it as far as possible, but you got the wrong person. And then you should have sat him down. You should have redirected things a long time ago. As a social scientist, DEI was simply the acceptance of black people with conservative views. It became problematic when conscious hitters slipped through. Hey man, Yeah, no. Get
a voice.
Get these black asses back in. You know what?
I bet you he reached out to him.
I'm joking.
They reach out to the leaders.
Shit.
That's the thing.
Who's Jamal Bryant leader of?
I think he is a significant voice in the modern civil rights. You got
That's a problem.
Network, Al Sharpton, of course, Reverend Jackson is now passed. You got Mark Morial at Urban League, and Jamal Bryant is in that conversation.
That's the problem. That's why we get nothing. That's why we get nothing.
You know what?
That's my leader.
Everybody bust out laughing. Like, nigga,
I think there's people who see it differently. I think
But see, and I get her, and I'm not totally disagreeing with her, but Jamal Bryant does have a following that is significant. And that's another problem. He does have a following that's significant because he comes from the religious realm, comes from the black church. He's a very popular black pastor. He's one of those pastors who's in that lane where he could do some crazy stuff and the people will still forgive him. People will still follow him. Matter of fact, his following can get stronger.
people see him as a leader. I got a problem with being a leader.
Too late. Who are you leading? Like, ordering my soap from Amazon now.
I don't know if that's helping me. There's some other maybe local black businesses you can learn from.
he doesn't support black business because they're black. He likes it. The quality is good. It's nice.
Hey.
What were you saying about?
Look at those lies you just spread.
Joe, you were just saying you don't.
I don't support black businesses.
Nigga, that came directly from your mouth.
Because, no, but that sounds nasty.
But that's what.
So why don't you support black business, Joseph?
I do support black businesses.
What's wrong with black quality versus white quality? What's
I didn't know quality had.
well,
They said you don't support black businesses.
No, what he said.
Yeah, but that's not true. Don't believe that.
I can't even help it.
Don't believe that. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can get Jamal Bryant to answer some questions.
Please do.
Hey, Jamal, it's a target down the street.
We would love to hear from him. I love the brother. I'm gonna talk to him, but based on all the information I have right now, I totally disagree with what he's done.
I would have loved if they even heard that he reached out to them sisters. At least it's out of a respect thing.
He didn't.
Probably would have, but the fact that they women is.
He didn't.
I don't know if it's a gender thing. I mean, it could be. You could be right, but I think a lot of times national leaders step on local leaders, regardless. It's just the easy thing to do. But I mean, I don't know.
It's easy. You heard what he said? A lot of time national leaders step on local leaders because it's an easy thing to do. Now that's a people problem. That's a followership problem. There you go. That's a follower problem. Not only people who are followers a problem, but followership as a whole is a problem. Because if national leaders have the clout to step on local leaders, that means when people come, the people who are in the city with the local leaders, who benefit from the local leaders, when the national leader come in, they give the local leaders their ass to kiss. They forget about their local leaders. They turn their back on the local leaders while the national leaders are there. And then when the national leaders leave and they need something, now they're back begging the local leaders who they just turned their backs on. Yeah, it's not a gender thing. Pat in the building. What's going on, Pat? I'm glad he pushed back on that because I'm tired of listening to the angle. It was a jurisdiction thing. Big fish. Right. Big fish eat little fish. Jamal. Well, once again, these ladies invited him to the party. They have to take accountability for inviting Jamal Bryant to the party. Jamal Bryant. They invited him to the party. And Jamal did what Jamal does. And Jamal, this whole thing up. Ignorance is our worst enemy, and I'm not going to say who ranks a close second. Hey. But it is our problem. Ignorance, craziness, stupidity, all these things. We refuse to learn the history, so we don't know it, so we don't learn from it. Put it like that. We don't know the history, so we don't learn from it. We'd rather do everything else that makes us feel good. So, so that's the end. So that's the end of that with the Joe Budden podcast. But yeah, Jamal Bryant, man, he a buster. He said, Nemesis says, if you're going to bring Jamal in, give him clear guidelines and a clear objective, some fool might consider this to be leadership. Hey. But they should have pushed back, should have set him down and all that stuff a long time ago when they realized that he was the actual face of the whole movement. Because as soon as he opened his mouth, that's what happened. As soon as he opened his mouth, that's what happened. Shout out to Black Power, right? Or so much for Black Power, so much for Black progress. We always talk about these so-called leaders, these leaders who are put in place, these compromised leaders who will always go for the breadcrumbs off of master's table rather than making sure that we are put in a position to bake our own bread. Because after a year, what's better economically for Black people, even in the retail space? How did that boycott help us? Where did the money go? What did we do with our money that we wasn't spending with Target? It's nobody else's job to come save us. It's not Target's job to come save us. Target don't owe us nothing at the end of the day. Target don't owe us nothing at the end of the day. White people always lie to us. They've been lying to us. I'm gonna make them honor this. And Target like, hey man, look. Nothing was. Yep. That was even more. That's what was achieved. Black people being even more messed up. But these are the same old tricks, though, that they've been pulling on us. I have a Dr. Clark lecture that's talking about this. Like, we know how Black leadership has been manipulated over the centuries, over the decades, over the years, over the different eras. We know how Black leadership has been manipulated by the system of white supremacy. It's enough Black people who are sellouts who've been placed in leadership positions or who started out as grassroots but was manipulated and then decided to go on and get the crumbs in their pocket and rock like that. This is not nothing new with some aspects of Black leadership, with the sellout class of Black leadership. It's not nothing new. And because it's not nothing new, that's why I'm always looking at the followers. If you don't know your history, you're going to keep repeating it. If you don't know your history, you're going to keep repeating it. The same tactics are being used on us that have been used 100 years ago, and we still falling for it. What does that say about us? Jamal Bryant shouldn't even had no traction, not with his past. We shouldn't even take him serious. And I get what the lady on the podcast was saying, but the problem is people do take him serious. And because people take him serious, here we are. So let's get into this Roland Martin clip of talking about the Target boycott. And he has one of the co-founders of the boycott on his show. It says, overseas, we dealt with missionaries and NGOs. I came here and it was the same template, but different parameters of disruption. Yep. Same script, different cast, because it ain't like people reading the book. It ain't like we reading the book. It ain't like we trying to really learn. Because you got to remember, a lot of black people just like to collect information just to say they know it, but they don't know what to do with it. That's stupid. Target would feel our presence without a mouthpiece. How you weaponize your spinning is key. Do your part as individuals. Yep, be nice. Why wouldn't they take him seriously? There's nothing else that is of black people. And no, like she was saying there's some aspects of the community who don't take him serious, but the other folk take him serious. Yeah, I'm with you though. Yeah, they take him serious, but it's not enough of black community who don't take him serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough of us who don't take him serious. It's more of us who take him serious than us who don't take him serious. So yeah, you're right. To my roly-poly, you funny. Please hit that like button, y'all. Please hit that like button. Herman Bennett, what's going on? The boycott, damn it, don't do a thing to help the black community either. I mean, better. You know it.
Pastor Jamal Bryant today offered a mea culpa after he came under intense criticism after Wednesday's news conference at the National Press Club in D.C., where he declared the end of his more than a year-long Target fast. Many people said, how can you call for the end of a boycott when you were not the only person involved in the boycott? He took to his Jamal Bryant podcast to set the record straight. It was a more than 20-minute video he did. Here's an edited portion of his comments.
The very last thing I ever want to do is be a proponent of division or divisiveness. I want us to be together as one. This week, I failed at doing that. When it is that I called for the end of the Target fast, most in our community and culture were disappointed, angry, frustrated, and bewildered. What did it mean? Have you sold out? Have you given up? You wave the white flag? And emphatically, the answer is no. Publicly, privately, to the press and in conversation, I have heralded out loud the remarkable leadership of Attorney Nikima, Representative Nina, and Sister Soldier Tamika Mallory. I think that they are incredible leaders. And I don't want history to record that I tried to stand in the way of the leadership of warrior women. I absolutely tip my hat to them for their innovation, for their courage, for their passion, and their fire. It was my intention then, as it is now, to walk alongside them, but to never walk in front of them. Let the record reflect and show that it was Black women that started this movement. It was Black.
So if he understand that, he know, of course he knows that this was started by Black women because they gave him the platform to speak on this. But why were you negotiating with Target by yourself then? If you emphatic about it being started by Black women, why were you the one at the table with Target and not the collective? You can tell by the shirt that you chose to wear that you about that bullshit. Remember, this the same man who told Cam Newton he got nice legs. So yeah.
Black women who were at the helm. And it's been my privilege to stand alongside them. I am grieved that because of the pain and the trauma and the triggers of leadership of days gone by, it was an immediate presumption that we have been bought off, or that I have been bought off. And I wanted to tell you, as God is my witness, I have not, and I would not. I am grateful to be free, to know that what it is that I do is because a charge I have, and a God to glorify. In this year, I would be derelict and irresponsible.
Jamal Bryant.
You lying. You ain't never met Dr. Martin Luther King.
He lying. This was his chance to be something. This boosted his profile and everything and greased his pockets. He lying. He's lying. He was intentional about everything he did. If not, he wouldn't have did all the stuff that he did. Nobody make him go. Nobody make him sit down and talk to Target by himself and do all the things that he did by himself. Nobody made him do that. He chose to do that. We ain't stupid. You're a grown ass man. We know you make bad decisions all the time, judging by your shirt. Judging by how you let your wife walk out the house. We know you make bad decisions all the time. Come on.
If I did not take a moment to thank the Chamber of Black Commerce, led by their fearless director, Ron Busby. He walked alongside us and said, Jamal, while it is that you're calling people away from Target, you should be directing people to Black business. So when 300,000 people signed up at targetfast.org, they received a digital directory of Black businesses around the country, because we wanted to make sure that Black businesses thrived. Not only did we do that, but I want to thank 5 partner churches. The Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church in Houston, Texas, pastored by Marcus Cosby.
Wow.
Reverend soon-to-be Congressman Frederick Douglass Haynes III at Friendship West Baptist Church. My comrade at arms, Dr. Charlie Dates in Chicago at the House of Hope. Reverend Stephen Green at Allen Cathedral in New York. And of course, right here in Atlanta, the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church.
He's telling on himself. You and your homie has been working with Target behind the scenes. You telling on yourself. You Miss NBC. You already know. He telling on himself. You and your homeboys been working with Target behind the scene, but now you come up. This movement was started by Black women. I want to make sure that y'all understand. I love Black women because Black women. But you negotiating with Target behind the scenes, you and your homies. He probably spent that money on. He probably tricked that money off. Probably sent that money to Cam Newton, asked him, can he see his legs again? Probably what he did with that money.
Last year, we set up bullseye markets where over 100 vendors went to each location, geographically, regionally, so that Black people would circulate their dollars and understand that we have a responsibility to exercise the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics.
So how do we do that?
Your YouTube thumbnail can be the difference between 100 views and 1 million. Mr. Beast doesn't guess thumbnail.
I want to pause and extend my heartfelt commendation to the Black businesses who over this past year have had to pivot and had to contort because of the adverse impact of this boycott. The Black businesses that were on the shelves of Target who have seen a significant drop in sales because we were not there. We want you to know that we love you, we support you, we stand with you, and everywhere outside of Target that we can be of a benefit and an ally, I want you to know that we are committed to it. The authors who pulled your books off of the shelves because you stand in a line.
Miss NBC, what you mean when you say that? You say the market happened one time and I went. What you mean? Like there was an alternative to the to shopping at Target. Is that what you mean? See the. So he's still trying to talk out. Yeah, you see it. You see it.
And stood in agreement. I am most grateful for you making the sacrifice for the larger good.
But see, even in that, those businesses don't give a damn about this fake ass apology. Those you're telling those people, hey, we glad that you was willing to not get your money while everybody else was getting their money, and why he got his money, because Jamal got his money, but those Black businesses in there, because this it was a lot in this that it was a lot in this. It was just a lot in this, but you can't say that to those Black businesses with all of this, and you're gonna try to act like you ain't getting nothing in your pocket. Miss NBC says the bullseye market he just mentioned took place at those churches he mentioned. Okay, gotcha. And like, did the bullseye market, did it? And you say it happened once. Gotcha. Well, there you go. That's the answer. It happened once. So there were markets set up, and they were wow. And so the black churches didn't think about continuing those, like outside of Target, because if it was the bullseye market, I mean, it was tied into what Target was doing. So those churches didn't think of doing that. Hey, let's do this for ourselves outside of Target. Hey, yeah, and you're right, Pat. A lot of those business owners went out of business. Wow.
The last 72 hours have caused me to do a lot of soul searching to figure out where it is that we are, what it is that we've done.
Nothing.
And what missteps were made. And I wanted you to be mindful that there were no private deals. And I've been grateful to be a part of it and excited to see your stick.
You wouldn't even have to say that if you was honorable. You wouldn't even have to say that if you wasn't on that bullshit, Jamal. You wouldn't even have to say that there were no side deal. You're trying to get ahead of the narrative. If you went about this in an honorable way, you wouldn't have to say that. People wouldn't even put that on you. But the fact that you have to say that, hey, man. You know it.
Intuitiveness and your passion. Even when it came to having to check me, I laid down on the train tracks. Y'all came and got me. And it was well-deserved, well-served, and it was well heard. And so to be clear,
we don't have a community.
As hearing from Soldier, Tamika Mallory, and Representative Turner, and Nikima, they have every intention of moving forward. And
so why did you?
I believe that this is the hour where Black women lead. I believe that this is the hour.
So now he gonna pander the Black women. Now he gonna pander the Black women. Black women, y'all should slap the shit out of him for pandering. Now is the time for Black women to lead. Well, Black women were leading, and then they invited you in and you hijacked it. You didn't think it was time for Black women to lead when they brought you in, and then you decided to make yourself the face, and you decided to negotiate with Target on your own. You didn't think about the Black women leading then? Now he's pandering to black women. If any black woman listen to that and believe that, you crazy. You should slap him in that ugly face of his.
Where black men take their rightful place in their rightful position. I am their brother and glad to walk behind them or beside, if necessary, to be able to be a partner. And I would ask that in this hour, that we would in fact take our cues from sisters. I'm glad to be a part of the journey and have been a part of what it is that God has called me to do in mobilizing congregations and churches and pastors all over the country.
Don't put God, don't God didn't call you to do that. God did not call you to do that. God did not call you to scam people. God did not call you to grease your pockets at the extent of the community. Do not bring no God into this. I'm not even a Christian, and I won't even let you do that like that. Heck no. You ain't finna do God and Jesus in the church and stuff like that. And the Bible, no, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Ain't nobody call you to do nothing you doing. You decide to do it yourself. You ain't finna, not the black church. You ain't finna do black church like that. Nah, bro. There you go. Get them apology funds. He keeps smacking his lips. That is so funny.
The real test,
has already been failed.
Who we are.
It's been failed.
Is can you follow when you are not leading? Can you follow when you are not in charge? And I am humble enough to realize that I am graced to be a part of a company of amazingly strong leaders. And I'm grateful that you have taken this boycott seriously and you believe that this is something worth fighting for. I do not in any way, shape, or form claim to be the leader. I do claim to be a servant, and I'm grateful to serve. I'm grateful to be a part, and I'm excited about building a better community for this generation and for the generation that comes behind.
Man, you ain't got no
roll
real
up our sleeves
plan for that
and do the heavy lifting.
Stop it.
Jamal also said that
at the end.
Nina Turner and her group will continue to boycott Target.
So if you want the boycott to continue, why come out with your ending of this? Why do what you did, and then try to act like you didn't do what you did? You co-opted the whole movement and then try to act like you didn't do it. Hey, no problem, Miss NVC. I mean, I stay calling out the scammers. But one of the reasons why I continue to do shows like this is to remind our community of how gullible we are. Remind members of our community of how gullible we are to continue to follow people who continue to fail us, which is crazy. Because we got to do better. We got to do better. You build off of truth. You don't build off of lies. You build off of truth. And the truth is, we're so starving for somebody to come save us that we'll follow anything.
I confirmed that with her, and she'll be joining us on the show next week. Joining us right now is Nikima Levy Armstrong, civil rights attorney, co-founder of the National Target Boycott, joining us from Minneapolis. Nikima, glad to have you on the show. First off, there's been all sorts of, a lot of people don't even understand the timeline, all sorts of who's doing what. And the reality is your group called for a boycott in Target, boycott of Target. Nina Turner's group called for a boycott of Target. Both of those commenced on February 1st. And Pastor Jamal Bryant's Target fast started on March 5th, which was initially supposed to last for 40 days and then go further. So in terms of where, so talk about what has happened over the past year in terms of your organization in this boycott, and how have you been marshaling folks nationwide?
Well, first, I want to say I feel like I just watched a theatrical performance, and I need a palate cleanse after what I just heard, which I do not feel is genuine based upon my own experience in dealing with Jamal Bryant He knew full well what he was doing when he flew to the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. to call a press conference trying to end the national Target boycott. The amount of upheaval that he has caused is absolutely absurd for us as a community to be dealing with when we have shown unity and coming together and withholding our dollars from Target Corporation. Remember, a company that's based right here in Minneapolis, and all the harm that Target has done. So I am just so deeply disturbed at the actions of Jamal Bryant, not just this week with the foolishness of calling this boycott and calling an end to the boycott and claiming he didn't know what was happening. But from the very beginning, when I saw his attempts to co-opt the work of Black women organizers regarding this boycott, people who lived in the Twin Cities, which I specifically conveyed to him as to why this boycott was so important because of the promises that were made after the murder of George Floyd at the hands of the police. And what did he do? He gaslit me when I said, you are trying to co-opt our work. He had a publicist book him on shows like yours, CNN, The Breakfast Club.
Oh, so you were the ones had a conversation with him. So, hey, lady, you got to kick yourself in your own ass for deciding to work with Jamal Bryant. The pastor, Jamal Bryant. That's what I'm saying, Pat. That's what I'm saying, Pat. Baby, you got to kick yourself in your own ass for bringing him in and then allowing him to gaslight you. Oh yeah, he gaslit me. Oh yeah, really? Jamal Bryant lied to you? No. The pastor Jamal Bryant lied to you? No. You brought him in. He is who he is. You brought him into your movement. You saw that he was co-opting it. And you had a conversation with him. He lied to you. And you brought the lies, and then here we are a year later. I mean, I hear you, and we listening to you, but you got to take your L for this one too, for choosing to rock with Pastor Jamal Bryant. I'm just saying, look, I'm a pastor too. You see my name? I'm a pastor too. My name said I'm a pastor. I was called, well, Pat called me on the phone today, so I was called to pastor. Pat didn't call me the pastor, but I was called. And because of a phone call, and I was called, so now I'm a pastor. Now I'm Pastor Joseph Hezekiah Theodis Ezekiel Ward. And I know about pastors because I am a pastor who was actually called. So trust me when I say.
To peddle a false narrative positioning him as the leader of this boycott.
But it wasn't.
What makes it even more offensive is the fact that women are the ones who have sustained this boycott. Black women, white women, because we control the discretionary income in our households. So you just subjected.
Hallelujah. See, hallelujah. In the name of somebody, but yes. But we keep being gullible, though, people. We keep being gullible.
Me to that, I had to respond to it. I couldn't just answer your question as if that theatrical performance didn't just happen.
But the boycott also didn't just involve him. You also had
there you go, Herman.
Former Representative Nina Turner. You also had Tamika Mallory, co-founder of Until Freedom, and their organizations as well. And then, of course,
we keep falling for the same old
wildfire. I remember, Target's memo that they claimed was leaked drops January 24th. January 25th, Nina Turner and her organization calls for Target to put DEI back in place, or they were going to launch their boycott on February 1st. On January 29th, you posted on Instagram about your news conference and launching the boycott on February 1st. And then, of course, you had local folks who were on the ground. You had pastors and churches. And then, of course, you had the contingent here in Washington, D.C. that was protesting every week outside of Target. So it wasn't.
And we are the ones who live in the place where Target is headquartered. Because if any of these people had the power to call and sustain a boycott, then they could have done it in their cities. When you had places like Walmart, Amazon, many other companies that rolled back DEI, and all these people were silent. In our town, when things happen, guess what? We're boots on the ground right away. We don't have to be online calling for a boycott because Target is headquartered here in Minneapolis. So that is what gives us the advantage in this conversation.
But if Target,
this is a hometown company that made a specific pledge in the aftermath of George Floyd being killed, and the people who stood up and fought for George Floyd were the ones who declared that this boycott would happen. So let's not get it twisted and bring in everybody and their grandma when you know full well that Target is headquartered here. That's why Tamika, that's why Nina, that's why Jamal had to go to Washington, D.C. to call this press conference, because they're not welcomed in Minnesota after their actions.
But Nikima, Target,
but
Nikima,
disrespectful to people in Minnesota who have launched and sustained this boycott along with our people around the nation. Because I got to give it up to Black folks around the nation for having self-discipline, making a conscious decision that they're not going to spend their Black dollars in Target, and calling out the BS that we all witnessed this week.
But that's my whole...
Yeah, but you invited them too. All these people you're naming, y'all invited these people to help boost the profile. There's the community. There's the community. She's just basically saying it's just big men. Hey, look. I hear what she's saying. But when you invite crooked people to the table, crooked people gonna do crooked things to you while they're at the table. That's just what it is. So, all right, they not welcome to Minneapolis and all these things. They're cool. But a year has passed, and even you all, how have you redirected the spending into helping to improve the Black community, improve economics, even in Minnesota? Was spending even redirected anywhere? Because what I just read earlier from Business Insider, these first 3 months of the year, Target has rebound up 20%. But what has been built, established, and grown for us over this past year? Once again, where has the money gone? What did we do with our money? All we did was redirect our money to other white companies that we feel like us, because we want to spend our money with white people. No matter how much we talk about this cooperative economics, we want to spend our money with white people. What we mean by cooperative economics is we want people to cooperate with us while we spend our money with them. Yeah, I remember Al Sharpton and them talking about going to Costco, which we called out as stupid. The money should not go to other white companies. It should go back into the Black community. But when you following somebody like Al Sharpton, another one. So yeah, like the programs, they even talk about yield, not even a micro power shift, nothing. Man, Miss NBC, I saw that video. That wasn't a shop-in. That was a walkthrough. Al Sharpton he called it a shop-in. They didn't buy anything. We saw the video. We did I think I either did a live or we did a breakdown, and they did a walkthrough. They walked through, looked at, and they talked to other people shopping. Al Sharpton full of it too.
Jamal Bryant tried to call off this boycott.
But that's
our people.
But that's my point.
Standing firm and not believing the hype from media outlets who are pretending that they don't know what the truth actually is.
But that's my point. There are people all around the country who have participated, and so even though Target is based in Minneapolis, you've had people across the country. You've had other folks in other cities.
It's a national boycott.
Right, I understand that. That's
around the country. But don't dilute the leadership of the people on the ground in Minnesota. Because you and I had a conversation about this very thing. And I told you at the time that Jamal, Tamika, and Nina are not credible.
Okay.
That is why I would not join the national coalition that you wanted to form in the middle of all of this.
No, you and I had a conversation. You and I had a conversation.
But we had a text or email.
Right. No. I'm gonna say what it is.
I said to you that they're not credible, and they're not.
No, I'm gonna say what it is. Hold on, one second. 1 second. I'm gonna hold up 1 second, Nikima.
Stand with this man in Washington trying to call for an end to the boycott. Now they're trying to save face, talking about they're still in it. We don't need you in it. Go find something else to do with your time that doesn't involve confusing Black America at a time like this. How can you stand with this man in Washington, then turn around and say, oh, I'm still boycotting. Oh, my organization. No, you made a choice, and so did we.
So I'll say this. So again,
for any of it.
So for the purpose of the audience, when there was the meeting with Reverend Al Sharpton and the CEO of Target, the former CEO of Target, and Pastor Jamal Bryant and others in April, then there was a whole lot of back and forth. That's when you and I talked, and I texted because one, I was asking what communication was taking place between y'all. That's when you said you did not want to work with them. That took place in April of 2025. So what I am,
and I told you why. I said
I got you.
Work with them, and they don't have integrity, Roland. And as you just saw this week, that is a clear example of them not having integrity.
So I'm asking you this.
Why would Tamika and Nina show up in Washington when this man's agenda was to call for an end to the boycott? Now they're backtracking, claiming the boycott is still on. We don't need this kind of confusion in our community. They can, if they have all this organizing prowess that they claim, then prove it and show us what else you can do. We don't need their help with the Target boycott, obviously. And if the Target boycott wasn't successful, you wouldn't have a divide and conquer strategy where they're sitting here meeting with white leadership from Target, calling for an end to the boycott and nothing to show for our community.
So the question,
it's a bunch of garbage.
At the calling for an end of something, and even at the end of what you're calling for, nothing to show, no tangible outcomes, nothing that's gotten better, no economic improvement, no true economic, like the cooperative economics, no real, none of that. Just a lot of anger and more division. But will this really stop people from working with these people? No. Because Jamal Bryant, Tamika Mallory, and all these people been finessing Black folk for the longest, and y'all still messing with them. Hey, Nemesis. Hey. Once again, she need to be kicking her own self in the ass for inviting them in, for even working with Jamal Bryant in the first place. You need to kick yourself in your ass, lady.
Serious people don't do things like this.
And I'm gonna go back to the original. I'm gonna go back to the original question. You're saying the boycott is continuing. You said that. So the question is, what is
we said it from day one that it was an indefinite boycott.
And I'm asking.
It wasn't 40 days.
One second. What is your plan of action for the boycott? 2, what are your demands of Target? What are your specific demands of Target? And 3, have those been articulated to the Target leadership?
First of all, when we sent out our press release on January 28th of 2025 announcing the Target boycott, we listed our demands at that time. And during our press conference that happened on January 30th. And as a matter of fact, 2 of our demands wound up on the targetfast.org website because of the trickery of these people involved. So that's number one.
One second. Nikima, 1 second. For the people who don't know your press release, what are those 2 demands?
Well, the first one is that the most obvious one is that Target reverses its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion. That should be obvious. The second demand is for Target to account for the $2.1 billion that it pledged in 2021 in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd. Our third demand has to do with Target's involvement in increasing the incarceration rate in Hennepin County, Minnesota, leading to a young man by the name of Mahdi Ali, a young immigrant who at 16 years old wound up in prison for 2 murders he did not commit. Target had contributed funds to the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, and they said, we don't just want arrests, we want convictions. And then they sent 2 forensic analysts to testify at his trial, leading to a wrongful conviction of a young man of color. This man is now over 30 years old and still in prison for murders he did not commit. Target needs to make amends for all of these things.
Yeah. Yeah. And you bring Jamal Bryant in to help with that. And then you fighting for everybody too. The all lives matter type stuff too. Right. All right. All right, lady. We hear you, but all right. But like Nemesis saying, if you want to be a leader, then lead. You shouldn't have brought Jamal Bryant and these other people in. But you wanted the notoriety with it as well. So you got to get everything that comes with it. And then, y'all saying y'all got beef with Target for how they handled this case with this immigrant and all these things here. I mean, hey, man, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But you got to understand, like, you also coming at a time where black people are tired of fighting for everybody else. Black people are tired of fighting for everybody else. But the liberals continue to mix everybody's cause with their cause, and they're not learning. So you mix the protest, you mix the boycott with the 40-day fast. Then you got this, what you're doing here. Then, historically, we've always integrated other people's movements into our movements, and we get nothing. Hey, I hear you, Battle Gangster. I hear you. I'm just saying she's saying a lot, but I ain't saying nothing either.
So when I'm on your show and I'm talking seriously about these issues, it's hard for me to ignore people who are unserious when it comes to accountability, when it comes to truthfulness, when it comes to holding the line for Black America. That is what we have experienced. So for me to have to sit there and listen to this man go on and on with the theatrical performance before I came on you to talk about something real is offensive. And I'm just tired of it. We have bigger fish to fry in the Black community. We're dealing with attacks by the Trump administration. We're dealing with ICE busting down people's doors.
Black America ain't dealing with ICE busting down our doors. Once again, she's talking about Black America, but then she's mixing in other people's issues with our issues and wondering why we're not getting no real progress. Listen to her. She's talking out of both sides of her neck right now. If that new Target CEO referenced earlier, I'm laughing at this. Here's a woman that's way too emotional. This is their profile. Hey, look here. That's the point. Character building is for everyone else. Knowledge of self is for you. Exclusive family. There you go. Hey.
With them trying to erase Black history. We're dealing with hundreds of thousands of Black women who have been unemployed since Trump took over again. And I was looking at the Dr. Tia Son Johnson podcast earlier. There are even more Black men who have lost their jobs. So the hundreds of thousands of Black women who lost their jobs, even more Black men have lost their jobs. Nobody's talking about the Black men who lost their jobs. We're not even truly concerned about community. I just put out a short the other day talking about community exists of men, women, and children. We don't even recognize the men in our community. We don't even recognize the ills of the men within our community. Immigrant issues are being recognized before Black male issues within the Black liberal circles. I'm gonna say that again. Immigrant issues are being recognized before Black male issues in these Black liberal circles. But everybody want to talk about community. All right. They don't even really care about the Black community as a whole. Now here we are in the midst of all of this, dealing with some foolishness that didn't even have to happen.
Y'all brought them in.
So no, we don't need Tamika or Nina involved in any further organizing around the Target boycott. They helped to make this mess. They need to take that energy and go with Jamal and do something else.
So the question is, who is allowed to participate? So if there are other organizations,
everybody else.
No, 1 second. One second. Hold on.
Nikima,
1 second. If there are organizations, if they're out there who want to participate, what is the process to bring them into the fold?
They're more than welcome to participate. The process is to continue getting the word out that the boycott is still going on.
Here's my point.
Individual communities. Well, I am an organizer, Roland. You are a media person. Okay, let's understand.
I know that. And so what I'm asking is,
how many protests, demonstrations, everything else that I have successfully organized. So as an organizer, understanding decentralized leadership, it's asking people, number one, continue to spread the word in your networks and in your community.
Lady, be quiet. If you that great, we wouldn't be here with the Jamal Bryant shit. If you are everything you say you were, we wouldn't be here with Jamal Bryant. If you understand decentralized leadership, why is Jamal Bryant a part of this? Why would you sit down and talk to him? Why would you bring him in? I have no idea why she hostile against Roland. And you're right, Miss NBC, you're right. People are always telling us be a man, which actually means human, and protect and provide. When you constantly under rhetorical attack from all sides, you should read renderings from my sociology journal. And this is Nemesis. This one of the ladies who helped start the Target boycott. So she just everywhere. And then, like, he's asking, who would you say is qualified or eligible to join the boycott? Because if you're trying to weed out people like Jamal Bryant, and then you say anybody else who's not them, what does that mean? You're still leaving the door open to be co-opted. You're mad at 3 people, and you're saying anybody else but these 3 people. But what if these other people? And you're saying as long as they have good intentions. Jamal Bryant them thought they had good intentions in their minds. In their minds, they thought they had good intentions. Hey, man.
Community that the Target boycott is still going on, and as a matter of fact, to double down. Number 2, if people want to organize actions within their community, whether it's a demonstration outside of Target, in Target, letter writing, please do that. People can know how to participate, and they have been. My problem comes in when you have people positioning themselves as leaders who have a completely different agenda to co-op, to cause confusion, to call off a successful boycott. Why are you involved? You made your bed at the Washington, D.C. Press Club.
So the reason I asked the question, reason I asked the question,
the boycott was over.
Nikima,
so why are you continuing to be involved?
The reason I asked the question, because you just said decentralized. And so if there is somebody else out there, another organization who decides to do it, and then all of a sudden, let's say they start taking meetings with Target. So what I'm asking is, if you're saying, hey, we're leading this boycott, we're Minneapolis based, how do you want to communicate and convey when it comes to strategy, when it comes to doing all of that with other folks who are getting involved, as opposed to them doing whatever it is they want to do? Because if that's the case, you may find yourself in the exact same situation we're in right now. So how
we won't find ourselves in the exact same situation, because the vast majority of the people helping to lead in their cities actually have integrity and are operating with integrity.
Shut up, lady. Shut up. She's so angry right now. She's not even using logic. She's so angry. Come on, man. Look, LLNYRN. You asking the same questions I'm asking. Same questions I'm asking. So if you read the Target website right now, they have summarized their response to this with one bullet point. Hey, there you go. You asking, like I said, LLNYRN, you are asking the same questions I'm asking. And she too emotional. She's not even listening. This movement, this boycott, LL from Harlem. There you go. I was trying to do my best not to mess up somebody's name today. I told myself I wasn't gonna mess up nobody's name today. So that's why I just spelled it out. I'm gonna call you LL, my brother. Straight from Harlem. How you doing, my brother? But yes, and you say you saw people. I saw women here. I'm in Tallahassee, Florida. Black women were still going to Target here in Tallahassee, Florida. To them college girls, they were still going to Target. Yeah. This is why we need our own official subsystem debate program so we can separate needed interviews from needed debate. Hey, look here. Strengthen team and communities by investing in training and career growth for teams and building on targets. Hey, they don't care. Yep. Hey. She crazy, man. This lady crazy.
Did you see any of them calling a press conference in Washington, D.C. trying to end the boycott? No, what you see is collective action. People using social media to get the word out. People holding demonstrations like they've been doing in Washington, D.C. in front of Target to get the word out. People working through their networks, people sending letters to Target, writing op-eds, withholding their spending, finding other places to shop. Even when Reverend Al Sharpton was taking people into Costco as a part of the strategy. That is not the same as what Jamal Bryant, Nina Turner, and Tamika Mallory have done. So please don't try to conflate the two.
So y'all didn't have a real economic empowerment plan for black people with this boycott, because if you cool with what Al Sharpton did, that was a waste of damn time. Al Sharpton did a high knee march through of Costco. Y'all didn't have nothing in place to make sure that money was funneled back into the black community. Look. LL, man, they crazy, man.
Oh, no, actually, I'm not conflating. I'm not conflating the two.
I'm not talking about organic organizing, which is what people are doing. And some people have taken meetings with Target. And that's fine and dandy if that's what they want to do. It doesn't mean that there's going to be an end to the boycott simply because someone takes a meeting with Target. We were offered a meeting with Target, and you know what we said? We will only meet with Target if the starting point for the conversation is them reversing their decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion. If that is not on their agenda, you're not going to waste our time.
Now, what about the George Floyd money?
We're not playing these games with these people. We are winning as a community.
How?
So why would we retreat and suddenly end a boycott? That
Target's profits are up 20%. We're not winning as a community. And why would you start with DEI rather than start with the George Floyd money that you clamor about? What she said, $2 billion that they want them to invest back into the community, and what parts of the community? How does the community as a whole benefit from that? Right, we ain't winning nothing. Target ain't hurting. Target is not going anywhere. If they continue this boycott, Target ain't going nowhere. They're not winning. We ain't winning nothing.
That is actually successful and powerful and is mobilizing our community. I'm encouraging people to get involved with the boycott, but to have good intentions, to operate with integrity, and to be truthful.
Have y'all communicated? One second, Nikima. I've got 2 more minutes because I've got 3 guests waiting. The question.
Well, you spent 10 minutes letting us watch the theatrical performance.
First of all, Nikima. First of all, this is my show, and I covered that today. No, Nikima, one second, Nikima, I played that because it actually happened today. And so that's why I played it. It still is news. Whether you disagree with it or not.
Doesn't matter.
Well, first of all, whether you disagree or not, it's news. So I was going to play it. So it got played. Okay, well, that's your interpretation. I'm still going to play it for the benefit of the audience. The question is this here.
Then you could have played it at a different time.
No.
Because I don't want to waste my time listening to that.
Nikima, well, guess what? I played it when I played it because it led into.
If she is the spearhead in this boycott, I'm good. I don't go to Target anyway. Target don't get my money anyway. But I don't want to be down with nothing she down with. If this how she behave, I'm good. She's straight crashing out. Nikima the crash out.
The conversation. Now Target has a new CEO. Target has I made the decision. Well, guess what? I did it. I played Nikima. I already played it. Here's my question.
It was a waste of time.
Well, no, it's a waste of time arguing back and forth where I can ask the next question. And the next question is this here. As a new CEO of Target, has your organization communicated with him as it relates to a meeting to address your specific demands?
Like I said, Target reached out, and I said specifically, if
the new CEO or the previous CEO?
The new CEO.
Got it. And the new CEO.
And I put it on the table. If that's not part of the conversation, no, we're not wasting our time meeting with you. Why would we? If you're not going to listen to what Black America, what women, what the LGBTQ community is asking you for, which is basic dignity and respect, and not to capitulate to the Trump administration.
All Target have to do is target immigrant groups, target Hispanics, target Asians, target all the immigrants that's coming in. That's all they have to do. We act like we can't be replaced. We act like our spending can't be replaced. It can be. Right, the intersectionality, once again, I was just about to get to that. This is not about everybody else's fight. I thought this was just supposed to be about Black people, but she keep bringing everybody else in this. It's about the LGBTQ community. It's about the brown community. It's about the Asian community. It's about the BIPOCs. It's about, so Black people, we can never have nothing for ourselves. We can never build ourselves up because they keep trying to build up everybody. They keep trying to fight for everybody. I thought Black people said we wasn't fighting for nobody else. I guess she didn't get that memo.
Then what do we have to talk about?
Okay. Well, we'll certainly see what happens if they actually meet, and keep us abreast what the next steps are in this boycott. Nikima Levy Armstrong.
Man, after watching this, I don't care who shop at Target. You can shop at Target all you want after watching that debacle. But at the end of the day, though, there's no real outcome for Black America as a whole. Like, you want Target to meet these objectives, but you haven't even given marching orders for Black people as a whole to use the money that they would normally spend at Target to funnel back into the community to empower ourselves. We don't even have that on the table to empower ourselves. What are we talking about with Target? What's going on? Right. And look, I don't care about, like, I said it then and I said it now. If you still shop at Target, do your thing. Because there was no real economic plan. There was no real empowerment plan for Black people. It was something to make people feel good. And then she's mad at the people that she brought in, like she didn't understand the character. You didn't know Jamal Bryant didn't have integrity before you asked him to be a part of this? You gave him the keys to the car knowing he can't drive and mad that he crashed it. I don't know, man. So what we learned here is Jamal Bryant is a snake in the grass. But the women who started the movement gave the snake everything he needed to be the snake. And they got mad that he was the snake. Then let him lie to you to your face, and here we are. But then also the movement, you made no adjustments in the movement to protect yourself from people doing this again. And No overall plan for real black cooperative economics and economic empowerment. Bullshit. I'm just mad at Target. I want to keep my money out of Target for as long as possible. And then if Target meets our demands, we'll go back and enrich them some more. How about just never go back to Target? Just don't go back to Target ever again. Don't rock with Target or any of these other stores that these people be. But this is just that leftist, feminist rhetoric, anger, outrage stuff. It's not real black community stuff. It's not real. It's not something that's real tangible and something that really spurs the black community forward. We need something that's specifically for us. Our strategies and our tactics need to come out of our own worldview and not out of somebody else's worldview or even trying to connect with anybody else's worldview or world struggle. Right. Can't be mad at the snake if you keep fattening them up. You keep giving them food to eat. You understand the nature of the snake, but you keep playing with it. Black people are at the chessboard with Uno cards in our hand, turned backwards, and wondering why we don't understand the game. You're not even playing the game that they are playing. And the game you're playing it wrong. We get nowhere like this. A year of boycott and fake fasting wasted. Because we didn't benefit from it. I'm gonna be honest, man. If only time I ever went to Target, I think I was getting something from somebody else. Target was right up the street. I don't even think about it. I've never shopped at Target. So I don't even think about Target. So, yeah, but forget Target. Forget all these people, man. Black folk. We got to be serious about community. If we ain't serious about it, we gonna stay in these positions. Yeah, do that. We need to learn. We're not learning from our mistakes. And clearly this lady is so emotional. Roland, like when you have me agreeing with Roland Martin, that's how you know you tripping. When I'm agreeing with Roland Martin, you tripping. When I'm actually on Roland's side, you tripping. Gotta do better. Gotta be better. Hey man, but that's my show today, man. On the Shoulders of Giants Live, brought to you by your pastor Joseph Hezekiah Theodis Ezekiel Ward. The name of my church is the Almighty Tabernacle Church of God in Christ, AME Presbyterian Seventh-day Adventist Church by the side of the road, next to the Rock of Jericho and the Rock of Gibraltar and Galilee, next to where Jesus's cousin was born, and over there by where the Pharaoh had let the people go. Church. That's the name of my church. Don't ask me to repeat it. But yeah, thank you for attending this church today, for attending this service. This is the online service, so thank you for attending. And we don't have a collection plate. So meet me at the strip club, your local strip club. I'm gonna be there streaming. We don't have a collection plate, so that's how we do it. Thank you. And God, hold up. God is sending me a message right now. Hold on. Okay, God said that we need to stop letting people scam us. Thank you, my congregation. And remember, service is every Saturday at 3:30. See, we that's part of the Seventh-day Adventist. Even though we don't know which day is really the seventh, we just show up. You know what I'm saying? We just show up. And Project Pat gonna be performing next Saturday after church service. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. We're flying them in from Memphis, Tennessee. And we're gonna have some food. Sister Betty, Sister Betty and her sisters, they gonna be cooking. So we're gonna have some yams, some neck bones, some y'all know y'all like them oxtails. We're gonna have that, have some steaks, we're gonna have some gin, we're gonna have some, man, it's going down, man, at this church. Remember, this ain't no real church. This is a church of heathenism and all that other stuff there. So we being honest about our stuff up front. We ain't lifting hands. Well, we do lay hands at our church. if you want the hands to be laid on you, you know what I'm saying? We do lay hands. We do got powerful healing hands, if you know what I mean, okay? Meet me in my chambers, okay? And thou shalt bless thee with thine touch to raise thine soul out of thine body to reach thine zenith, to be one and to say God's name and then be one with God while thine is laying thine hands on thee. That's how thine is healed, okay? So that's how we gonna do it. So remember, no collection plate, meet me at the strip club. That's how we do it. I am your pastor, Joseph Hezekiah PL, this Ezekiel Ward. And remember, every Saturday at 3:30, we got church. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., we got church. So that's how we do it. Hey, that you got to have church food. You got to have church food, and not the regular church meal. You know, the regular church meal is the string beans, the rice, the chicken, and the roll. We want to do something different. So we got some real food coming in, and because some of the ladies that we throw dollars at the strip club, they take that and they come back and cook at the church. So yeah, so we teach you everything you're not supposed to do at our church, and we just let you know up front. This is a cricket church. So we let you know up front. So come at your own risk, okay? That's how we do it. And don't ask me to name my church again, because I just made the name up, and I make the name up every time. So there you go. But with that being said, I appreciate you all tuning in, having fun with me. If you haven't, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share. If you see that hype button, please hit the hype button. The more you hype the videos, the more they get out, the more people can see, the more can support this channel. YouTube is deciding to push more of the shorts and the live stream. So I need y'all to make sure y'all watch everything that come on this channel. Watch the uploads, watch the shorts, watch the live streams, so the information can continue to get put out and we continue to grow and do what we do here, and I can continue bringing this content, and the quality of the content can continue to improve. So with that being said, I got to go lay hands. Somebody, one of the congregants, one of the wives, I said too much already, but I got to go. Somebody meet me in my chamber. So I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Hallelujah.